Welcome to the Good Side Holiday Special. It's the season for connecting and celebrating. We're here bringing you the sights and sounds of the holidays. From the most iconic to some off the beaten path. And you don't even have to get off your couch. I'm Deborah Alfarone at the American Celebration on parade in Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. I hope you are ready for a half hour of pure joy. We've got stories that could cheer any Scrooge. First up, we'll take you to one of the most decorated places in the nation, the White House. Full of bows, baubles, and stars. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, it's all decked out. And our Molly Martinez is there to give us a tour.
It's officially Christmas season here at the White House, and this year many hands made light work, 300 pairs of hands to be exact. These volunteers helped bring Dr. Jill Biden's vision to life. A sense of comfort and joy wash over you as you step into the magic of Christmas at the White House. This year's theme is a season of peace and light. Designer Beth Kingston helped bring that vision to life.
What a better representation than the dove. Those are all paper. And the way they had to hand hang them, it took days and days and days. And to see it come together, first we saw them as pieces on the floor, then we saw them on hooks, and now we see them up in the air. And it's just, when people walk through and the wind blows, it's just absolutely incredible.
The White House Library is adorned with dozens of Christmas trees, creating a cozy corner to delve into a story the night before Christmas. Librarian Julia Reynolds explains that for the first time, these shelves have children's books.
To see that our White House values children's literacy really shows that they're thinking about the future of our communities and our country.
Down the hall to the China Room, a bistro greets visitors. Up the stairs to the East Room, a ceiling of snow with statement trees underneath. 83 trees in total are part of this Christmasscape, lit up with over 165,000 holiday lights. The 28,000 ornaments are also a feast for the eyes. Teacher of the Year, Loren Guerrero, says each one has its own story.
A lot of the students throughout the country, they were asked to create self-portraits. And so when you look on the tree, we'll see high school students, we see elementary and middle school students throughout the United States.
And finally, the pièce de résistance, the massive 180-pound gingerbread White House replica. This architectural, conceptual beauty took nearly 3 months to complete, with no detail spared.
You have to look closely, and we included some of the doves that you see hanging beautifully here in the grand foyer colonnade on the ceiling.
The White House expects nearly 100,000 visitors this season and hope everyone takes with them a little Christmas cheer.
At the White House, I'm Molly Martinez.
Thanks, Molly. About an hour away, thousands of people are flocking to Baltimore's Miracle on 34th Street. Its over-the-top lights are a beloved tradition. You'll see inflatable snow globes and moving trains, but there are other things that make it perfectly quirky and oh so Baltimore. Give me one word to describe 34th Street.
Christmas.
Every December, this Baltimore block bonds together to bring the spirit of the holidays to light.
All of this is insanity. On a good level, but insanity. I would have never thought Christmas lights would have did all this. Not even on a bet.
Cars idle, people snap pictures, and kids ooh and ah. The display has dazzled all across the globe. After roughly 50 years, Bob Hosier still can't wrap his head around it.
I get it. They enjoy the lights, and you don't see anything or very few displays like this. But I can't get past it's just some Christmas lights, And that's because I'm on this side. I'm not out there.
But it's not just some Christmas lights.
Well, it is to me.
Bob's the one who started this whole thing. You could call it the Northeast's North Pole.
I grew up here way back when we used to come when I was little in the in the 70s. I think the fact that the whole community gets together every year and they're so dedicated to it, and with everything going on in the world today, it's nice that there's something that brings people together.
Everybody here does their own house, their own way, the way they want. This is just a bunch of neighbors that all show up at the same time and do this every year.
Bob's oldest decoration dates back to the 1940s. Each house has its own twist, from the traditional to some that are uniquely Baltimore. This iconic hubcap Christmas tree dedicated to its artist who recently passed away. A pint of Natty Boh beer and Maryland's famous blue crabs.
You're not going to imitate a Maryland blue crab.
Don't even try.
Don't even try.
Do you have a favorite house or a favorite light?
I think it's the one with the train right there.
Everybody out here is so happy, and they're taking pictures and they're getting along.
One house glows with the spirit of Hanukkah. Another encourages the joy of reading books.
It's great to see all the different displays, to see the variety, to see all the different themes, and to have it all in one place.
Bob says the feeling can be, well, electric. People have been inspired to propose here. He also shares a story about one woman that illuminates the power of these lights to lift people up.
We leave the lights on all night, Christmas Eve, and she said, I was thinking about committing suicide. And I came down here and saw these lights and said, why? I'm going to start over. And she left a letter in the mailbox.
See, it's not just some holiday lights, it's love.
When will you stop decorating?
That's hard to say. As long as I can get up down the ladder, so I guess I'll keep going. This has never been about this street or us. This has been about Christmas.
Coming up, merry, joyous, bright, all words used to describe the holidays. And when the Rockettes are involved, you can also add spectacular. We take you backstage to New York's Radio City Christmas Spectacular after the break. Welcome back to the Good Side Holiday Special. They kick off each holiday season tapping, spinning, and smiling on stage. And I'm talking about, of course, the Radio City Rockettes. Our Peter Zampa kicked it with two dancers in New York City.
When you see this tree go up on the marquee on 6th Avenue in Manhattan, you know it's time. Time for the Christmas Spectacular starring the Radio City Rockettes, a world-renowned show featuring preeminent performers.
Going on 91 years, when these dancers take the stage at this iconic venue, 84 women from 4 countries, 22 states, all different kicks of life, coming together to perform one of the most recognizable dance moves in the world.
Hayden Helms and Gabby Roberts can perform this legendary feat of synchronicity in their sleep, but they're kind enough to teach the more helpless among us.
You bring your left leg up to your knee, kick it out. They had a touring show, which I went with my grandparents, and they had an ornament for sale, and I picked one out. I remember closing my eyes, holding that ornament, and when it came time to put it on the tree, I was like, I'm gonna do that one day.
Eyes now open, that day is here for Helms. Her second year as part of the cast, the Birmingham, Alabama native got her start at the age of 3.
Physically, we're pushing our bodies every day, but we're also so lucky to be a part of a line of women that are equally physically and mentally strong to help you get through tough days or tough shows, like anyone.
Gabby's in her 3rd season with the Rockettes. Now living out her high school dream, she says the choreography we see on stage, a fraction of the work that goes into this production. They do strength training, technical training, 6-hour rehearsals 6 days a week leading up to their performances. And in the busiest weeks of the year, they perform 18 times in 6 days. And backstage, an entirely different dance.
One of my favorites too, we have our Santa costumes. So all of our costumes are placed where they need to be so we can be efficient as possible. Our quickest change in the show is actually 78 seconds from wooden soldiers into New York at Christmas.
78 seconds, a holiday miracle, and the audience is none the wiser, simply fixated on a show they'll remember forever. And while performing with precision, not missing a step, Gabby and Hayden are also looking back at awestruck faces, especially the little girls in the audience, the ones daring to dream as they once did.
I just say never give up, and follow your dreams and just believe in yourself.
If you believe in yourself and you have the passion, the dedication to really put energy into that dream, it'll come true.
For these two women, their dreams are reality on stage every night, providing magic that reminds everyone who visits why it's the most wonderful time of the year. In New York, I'm Peter Zampa.
Up next, we bring you the Capitol Christmas tree. The public voted to name it Spruce Wayne. But there were no dark nights on this tour. It lit up towns everywhere it went. Stick with us. You're watching the Good Side Holiday Special. Welcome back to the Good Side Holiday Special. This year's Capitol Christmas tree journeying all the way from Wrangell, Alaska to Washington, D.C., decked out in thousands of lights and ornaments. It has connected people from all across the country. Our Lauren Maxwell kept tabs on the tree on its whistle-stop tour.
The People's Tree is in position, all aglow, spreading holiday cheer.
This is a really great program that's been going on for about 54 years now, where every year a different national forest within the country is selected to provide the Capitol Christmas tree. This year it just happened to be Alaska's turn.
The 80-foot Sitka spruce had to travel 4,000 miles from the Tongass National Forest to spruce up Capitol Hill. To keep the tree fresh, crews couldn't cut it down. They had to get creative.
We took the core of fine roots and developed a watering system to basically keep this tree green until it gets to DC.
Then it was off on a cross-country tour, stopping in over a dozen cities along the way. First up, Ketchikan, Alaska. People came to celebrate, learn about the U.S. Forest Service, and see the tree through plexiglass windows. Onlookers in Renton, Washington said it was a great way to start the holiday season. In Pocatello, Idaho, the tree's arrival coincided with the annual Veterans Day Parade. Crowds came out to celebrate those who serve, adding names and well wishes to a giant banner on the truck. It was an act that felt almost patriotic. In Omaha, Nebraska, the tree arrived on a rainy night. Fortunately, the weather didn't stop the crowds.
We just visited Alaska this past summer, and now we're here to visit this beautiful tree.
From coming out.
I'm really excited about the presence with the national parks.
There were sunnier skies in Altoona, Iowa, a good stop to do a little maintenance and make sure everyone could see. Santa was on hand as well as his reindeer. Wherever the tree goes, there are fans having fun. Hundreds gathered in Hagerstown, Maryland to catch a glimpse.
The ornaments from every state.
Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski caught up with the tree at Joint Base Andrews. She said they share similar roots.
I was actually born in the Tongass National Forest, where this tree is from. So to see the beauty of our state coming to our nation's capital gives me just extraordinary pride as an Alaskan.
3, 2, 1. There you go. Hey!
The Capitol Christmas tree was lit on the Capitol's West Lawn in a merry ceremony December 3rd. When the holidays are over, it will be milled into lumber and sent back to the indigenous tribes of Alaska. In Anchorage, Alaska, I'm Lauren Maxwell.
From a massive Christmas tree to some baby ones, for the smallest patients at a Maryland hospital. The newborns in the NICU. Their needs and their parents' worries don't stop for the holiday season. So every year, one family plays Santa for them, bringing gifts of kindness and understanding. Christmas came early this year to those delivered early.
We want to show people that people do care about the littlest babies and their families.
Meet the Katsky family. Every year they decorate and deliver little Christmas trees to the littlest patients in the neonatal intensive care unit at Luminous Health Anne Arundel Medical Center in Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh my God, look at you, big girl.
And it's all because of this soft-spoken teen's welcome to the world and her special bond with her NICU nurse.
Do you think that you would be here if it wasn't for those nurses?
Probably not.
Avery Jo spent her first few weeks of life in this NICU. Her mom, Ashley, says she couldn't have done it without longtime NICU nurse Chona Hamrock's generosity and support.
You're so scared, you're worried, all those emotions, and then you get in there and you sit there with your baby and you don't understand what's going on because you're not trained.
Ashley wanted to give back.
And Christmas is our favorite family holiday, so the trees were created.
I would help decorate them and put the angels on them, and then I would sign my card.
Year after year after year, the family has been giving the gift of these symbols of Christmas, before COVID, through it, and after. The deliveries and Avery Jo have all grown, and so has the number of lives touched.
Hi, how are you?
Meet Mason. Mom Chrissy gave birth to him 8 weeks early.
So sweet. It goes by very fast, even though these days seem so long.
Well, here's his tree. This one was made by Colorado.
It's a little bit of twinkle in what could feel like a dark tunnel. More than that, it's the present of knowing you're not alone.
You don't know this journey until you go on the journey, and then you talk to other people, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad.
They become family. When you're in the NICU for weeks at a time, and they entrust us to take care of their loved one, I am thankful that they allow me to take care of them and be a part of their life.
What does she mean to you?
She is family.
No. Come back. We've still got a couple of stories left, and they are delicious. We'll stop in on a Santa supper, then head to a bakery for some tasty Hanukkah treats. Stick with us. You're watching the Good Side Holiday Special. Welcome back. 'Tis the season for the guy in the big red suit to hop on his sleigh and fly through the sky. Our Kara Sunland caught up with Jolly St. Nick and some of his helpers before Christmas and learned some magical holiday secrets.
Santa's here. You have to decide which one's Santa.
But who are all the rest?
Helpers.
Some help Santa get around the world.
How does Santa really get around the world?
Well, I wish I brought a globe with me so I could demonstrate. People think Santa goes around the globe, but he doesn't, because then it would be light, dark, night, day, continually as he goes around. But if you go up and down, he can stay in the dark as he goes around the world.
What about St. Nick being so quick in your chimney? Turns out fairy dust does the trick.
You know about the night before Christmas, the story?
Yes.
Where Santa touches his nose? Well, he's actually sprinkling a little of this yellow fairy dust on his nose, and it helps squid up and down the chimney.
It's a lot of work, and that's why the Santa Society of New England meets up every month to get the plan straight.
Right now we have about 220 members, Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and elves, and they're spread out. And with our group, it's the New England Santa Society, and we're spread out all over, from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
They're already rehearsing for the big day.
Merry Christmas!
Did you know there's even a Santa camp to learn how to help make Christmas magical?
Going to camp, we make kazoos, we sing songs, we have a blast.
One of the things I've always wanted to know is, how do you get on the naughty or the nice list? You have the answers, right?
We do have a nice Santa's Naughty Nice list, and oftentimes we ask folks what they think they are.
Okay.
And then we'll keep track on some of them, and some people actually do willingly say they're on the naughty list.
Don't worry, you still have time to make amends. Kara Sundland reporting with the New England Santa Society, and you know what's next.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
We know Santa loves his cookies, and who doesn't love a delicious treat? So our Ryan Pierce took us to a bakery where they celebrate all of the holidays.
Bread First in Washington, D.C. bakes bread so their customers can break bread.
And it is filled with butter.
Owner Mark Furstenberg lines the shelves with delicious pastries, jams, and loaves from all corners of the world.
It's wonderful. It can't, I mean, what could be more rewarding than to be a bakery?
During the holidays, Bread First crosses religious faiths, unifying traditions in one heavenly smelling and very busy place.
We make all of our bread by hand, and so on a Saturday we make 800 baguettes by hand.
But baguettes take a backseat during the holidays for the souf ganiyot.
So I like to poke a little hole in just to help, and you can kind of see in there, it's kind of hollow inside. I'll take my piping bag.
And filling the dough with the raspberry jelly takes on more meaning for pastry chef Shira Stearns this time of year.
So the biggest story with Hanukkah is after the battle and the Maccabees won and we survived and they reclaimed the temple. They thought they would only have enough oil to last one day, but miraculously the oil they had remaining lasted for 8 whole nights. So that's why we celebrate Hanukkah for 8 nights.
It's also why so many of the wonderful foods like the souf ganiyot are saturated in oil.
I'm gonna try, okay. Right? Let's see.
Of course, I'm not complaining.
I don't think anybody could fail at that.
In my house, my siblings and I would get jam all over the place, but it was always a fun tradition.
How valuable is this kind of food for the Hanukkah tradition?
This is probably one of the more important ones for Hanukkah. You know, it's not necessarily the most religious holiday, but it's a very happy, joyous occasion. So nothing says joyous like some donuts.
He's going to demonstrate cooking a latke.
Back in the kitchen, Mark checks on the latkes, a Jewish cuisine that involves cooking grated potatoes, onions, and eggs in, you guessed it, oil. But from the cookies to the cakes, there are plenty of traditional Christmas treats for purchase.
I don't think Hanukkah is any different from Christmas or different from Thanksgiving. Food is the center of holidays, not only here, but abroad as well.
Which is why inside Bread First, the food and culture blends in the most delicious and festive way possible. In Washington with The Good Side, I'm Ryan Pierce.
And that's it for us. A big thank you to the American Celebration on Parade. Isn't it amazing, for sharing this winter wonderland with us. And thank you for joining us for the Good Side Holiday Special. It has been a dream sharing these cheerful stories with you. Happy holidays.